Hello everyone and welcome to Mindful Mess. This is your host Zoe speaking. I know it has been a while. I hope some of you noticed that I didn't upload in like over a month now. But yeah, sorry if you hear the cats in the background. They are being really crazy. I don't know why, but they do get along, but they are like, I don't know, they fight a lot and it's like playing, but I mean it's really harsh. So if you hear any like noise in the background, that's why. But yeah, for the people on YouTube, hi, nice to see you. And the people on Spotify or Pocket Casts or anything like that, hi, nice to hear you. If you hear a difference in audio, I'm trying something new because there's something happening, which means I can't bring my mic. Well, it's actually my boyfriend's mic, so I'm trying it like this because I do want to continue to make this podcast. But yeah, how are you doing? Like, did you graduate? Is summer beginning for you? What's going on? I definitely have a lot of life updates because I graduated in my bachelor in journalism. Oh my god, my shoes are making noise, I guess. But I graduated and I'm starting my job tomorrow full time. So a lot of changes are happening and it's really scary too because I know change scares me a bit because I'm not sure if I will be able to handle it, but I know I will, but still it's like saying goodbye to this big chapter in my life, like student life. I'm 22 now, so it took some time, but I have my degree now, and now life is like starting, like adult life is starting because I will be working every day, 9 to 5 every day for like, I don't know how many years. Maybe I will be independent or something one year, but for now I'm working 5 days a week. So yeah, I'm really excited for that. For people who don't know, I got a job at Red Fox as a junior designer / social media creative, which sounds very fancy and I don't mind that name. But it's actually like the creative process behind Instagram posts, videos, and stuff like that. So yeah, I'm really happy that I am able to do a job like this with my degree because I know a lot of people are struggling, especially with COVID. Because it's like more in the creative sector I work. So I'm really happy with the job I have and the people that work there. They are so kind because I've actually worked there a couple of times as a student now. But as I said, tomorrow I'm starting for real. And that means like I need to grow up. I don't need to grow up, but I want to develop myself and my personality and what I want in life and what I want to accomplish. So with that, I started thinking a lot about life and I started to panic, which ended up in me and my boyfriend like almost breaking up. And that was a really hard time. I think it was a month or something ago. I really have this urge to find myself and to be independent and not rely on anyone. And in my head, the only solution to that was breaking up and ending my relationship. Ending a relationship with a person who I still love a lot. And in my head, there was no other solution. I had to break up or I couldn't work on myself. I couldn't live alone. And that was a really strange feeling because I know in my relationship we support each other. I also haven't talked English in a while, so sorry if that bothers you. But there is so much freedom in my relationship and so much happiness, and that made me frustrated because I was like, why can't I just be happy with my life and why can't I be happy with myself? And it wasn't until his parents were here and sitting on the sofa and we were about to tell them like, look, we are separating our ways, we are like breaking up. And I started panicking so much, and I was looking at him. I was like, no, 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 don't tell anything. Don't, shut up. Like, don't say anything. Um, because only until that moment, my brain made this switch that I can go live alone for a bit and I can work on myself and I don't have to break up with that person because it's a good person and I still love them deeply. And I don't know why my head wouldn't make that switch. Like, it really was a hard time for me because I was so angry at myself because I put him through this roller coaster of emotions and me crying and us together crying, and eventually me being like, oh, you know what, we don't have to break up. So I felt really guilty too, because I feel like I always put a lot of emotional pressure on people. Like, not I don't know how to explain it, but I am a really emotional person. So I show my emotions a lot and I want a lot of support. So sometimes I might ask too much from another person. But yeah, that was such a hard time because I was so sure of my future, and just like that, it switched. And I believe it's because I'm graduating, like I'm graduated now, and I was starting this life, and I was making all these choices for myself. But the one thing I couldn't decide on was where I wanted to live first. And I think that made me like really stressed out and blocked. Um, because I do like this place, but I feel like I'm still pretty young and I want to live in a bigger city for a bit. So in September I'm actually moving to Ghent. So yeah, I already got an apartment. It's really cute. It's like the perfect location. And I believe I think I will make some videos again. So people on YouTube, I may come back with some content. Yeah, so I'm moving. I'm like looking up these cute furniture and stuff like that. So I think I want to document me moving and then doing like maybe an apartment tour and stuff because I love seeing that. But yeah, I'm moving to Ghent in September, and I think I will make a podcast once I move and my experience living alone. So next to being in this huge crisis in my life, I also felt really content and proud of myself, which was really difficult to handle too, because I always was like, I don't know, I don't think I deserve the happiness I have. Um, and that's not to seek attention and being like, oh, you do deserve it. No, I know I deserve it and I know I'm worthy of it, but it's really hard for me to just accept the fact that I can be happy and things can go good and good stuff can happen without any negative shit. And for me, I was so stressed because I got this job, I graduated, I found the apartment. All these things were so good, and I was so afraid of something bad happening that I stopped living for a bit. I was like, shit, if I go out or anything, or if my boyfriend goes out of my parents, is something bad gonna happen? Because a lot of good stuff is happening for me. And that's also something I need to work on, and that's also something I want to do when I go live alone, is actively work on myself. Maybe reading books or seeing a therapist even, but the waiting lists in Belgium are so long, so I'm not sure how fast I will get into like a how fast I will see like a psychologist or something, because I do know that I need it because there is a lot of shit wrong with me. But I do need to find answers to a lot of questions, like why don't I find an emotional balance? Why do I feel high or low? And yeah, a lot of personal stuff that I won't be talking about today. Maybe if I do start therapy or anything like that, I do want to document my mental health and how it's getting better or worse. You don't know that. Because it's a really important thing. Mental health is really important, and it sucks that therapists are so expensive and there are these waiting lists, and that ends up in like a lot of bad stuff for people who really need it at that moment and I don't find the help, I think that's a big problem. But I don't want to ramble too much on that. Just know that if you want to talk or rant, you can always send me a message. Like, my friends know if they need a rant or just like say everything that's on their plate and on their mind. Like, I'm the person to do that. I'm a listener, and I will try to give advice. But even though if you just don't want advice and just want to rant, I'm here for it. So if you want that or anything like that, so yeah, you can always send me a message. But yeah, besides all these heavy things, there's also some fun things that happen, some nice things. I got a tattoo. For the people on YouTube, this is a sneak peek. I don't know, it's really hard to show, but that's a sneak peek, and I think I might get some more. Like, I know I will get more tattoos, but maybe I will do like a tattoo tour, because right now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6/7 tattoos. Oh no, wait, I forgot one. Well, if the time comes, because if I want to make videos, I want to wait till September, so I have like this nice setting. I will do a tattoo tour if you would want that. I can also make a podcast episode about being an impulsive person, because I am. Do you hear the birds? Oh. And like, my boyfriend threw me a surprise barbecue for my birthday. It was really nice. Just with a close group of people, because, you know, COVID is still a thing. I did get my vaccine. There's like, in Belgium, there's this QVax list. I don't know if it's anywhere else. And I subscribed to it, and I got my first dose of Pfizer. And on the 29th of July, I will be fully vaccinated. So I'm really excited for that, especially when working and going on camp, because there's a camp with my work and stuff like that. And also moving to Ghent and being social again, it really brings a lot of joy to me, knowing that, okay, it's not the end yet, but things are getting normal again, and like the new normal. And that feels really good to know, like, okay, I will be able to meet people again without being stressed out all the time. But yeah, my skin is not doing well. But I think that's because I've been drinking a lot the last couple of days, so I gotta drink a lot of water now. But yeah, that happened. I found my apartment. It's really cute, and I graduated with great distinction. When no one believed in me, I did that. Like, fuck you to everyone who was like, oh, you can't do that. You're so stupid. It's more towards teachers, because my parents always believed in me. My friends always believed in me. They were like a really good support system throughout my studies, so not blaming anything on them. But my teachers weren't that supportive, because I don't know, is it elementary school, primary? I think elementary school, when I was like about 12 years old. And I got my grades, and they weren't good, but they weren't bad. And the teacher was like, well, I don't know, but I don't think you will be able to study this in high school. And because in Belgium it's like 3, 4, like, it's like difficult, less difficult, blah, blah, blah. And I was in the second one, like the one after the most difficult one, ASO. People from Belgium will know what I'm talking about, but he was like, yeah, no, I don't think you can do it, but I did it. I changed in the last 2 years, but that was because I wanted to, not because I had to. So that was the first thing. And then I decided to study journalism, and I doubted myself a lot, because the first year I really fucked up hard, and I had 10 resits, and like all my my practical, like my practicum, I don't know how to say it, but that went well. I never, like, I always succeeded in those classes, but my theoretical classes were awful. They were not good. So that first year I started doubting myself, but then I decided, well, you know what, I can do this if I want it. And I was like, you know what? I can do this if I want it. And I fucking did. So I'm pretty proud of myself. Especially like I got my grades. So I will put the video clip for the people on YouTube and I will put the audio of it here, of me finding out my grades. Oh my god. Sorry, I just became very emotional. But I made it. I'm graduated in my bachelor in journalism. So yes. It's so if I see that it gets me emotional, but oh my god, my voice. I'm really talking through my nose because I have allergies, but that made me so emotional. Like finding out my grades and seeing that I graduated with great distinction. Sorry for that, but I fucking graduated with great distinction. I wasn't even thinking about that anymore. I was like, oh yeah, I'm graduating, but I wasn't thinking about like distinction, great distinction, greatest distinction. Those things weren't even on my mind. And I saw my grades and I saw that. And that was like, I don't know, that was like, hey, be calm, cats. I'm recording a podcast. But that moment was so intense, like, so, like, beautifully intense. And at that moment, for the first time in a while, I really felt proud of myself and that I deserved it. I was really surprised. I couldn't believe it, but I was like, my work, my hard work finally paid off. And yeah, you know what? I'm gonna go over my grades because if you're like proud of yourself, I feel like you can show that. You can brag a little bit about yourself. Can I think you can. I think you definitely can brag a bit about yourself. Because there was this one class and the feedback wasn't good, so I was so stressed about it. But it was like across the borders, but we were doing it from Belgium and in Brussels and online. And I was like, shit, if I fail this class, I will be in a lot of trouble because I already have my job and stuff. But I got like the grading system in Belgium works like it's out of 20, like it's not an A, B, C, or D, or E, or whatever. It's like you get points out of 20, and like, yeah, so for across the borders, I got like an 11, which isn't the best, but I didn't expect it. And I was like, oh, okay. And then I saw like the rest of my grades, like my internship, I got an 18 out of 20. Like, I saw that. I was like, what the fuck? And my internship, like, person from the company, like the cultural center I worked for, sent a message like, oh, you're such. I believed in you from the start. You are really a nice person to have in this industry and stuff like that. So that was also really nice. And now my bachelor thesis, I got a 14, which was the grade I expected. So that's nice. And then I got like 16, 18s, 14, 16, 18s. Like these grades are, I don't know, out of this world. I haven't seen that in a while for myself. And then I'm looking at my computer, by the way, and then I scroll down and then there's like this thing like the result of your diploma, like do you have great distinction or not, or whatever. And then there was like this thing like graduated with great distinction. And for a second I was like, that must be wrong, that must be only for like this year, because I know this year my grades are really good. But it's for my diploma, and I am really proud of myself. Like, I fucking did that when no one believed I could. And it's hard, like then I got this and I was stressed again because I was like, well, is something bad gonna happen now? Um, but yeah, I am so happy and I don't know, I feel good right now. I feel like things are going well. Um, so yeah, that has been my time off a bit. Like nothing, like a lot happened, but not a lot happened, if that makes sense. Like a lot of big shit happened. I graduated, I have my job, found an apartment. Um, Also, it feels so small, and I don't realize that I'm leaving this part of my life behind, like being a student. And I mean, I don't think I will ever leave that part because I like learning all the time. I always look up tutorials or like these little classes online to educate myself. But yeah, that was a crazy, like these last couple of weeks have been crazy, but in the best way possible. And I think I want to end this podcast on a good note because I feel like when I start talking again, I will get into deep shit and it might get like dark again. Um, but yeah, I'm so proud of myself, and you should be proud of yourself to whatever path you're taking in life, whatever like pace you're graduating in, or whatever job you decide to do, or like all these little things. You should be proud of yourself. Sorry for that message, but I am also really proud of you. And if you feel like you're going to fail, you won't. Just like work for it, believe in yourself, because I thought I wouldn't be able to do this, and I thought that I could never graduate. And imagine with great distinction, and I did. And you can do everything you want. You just gotta manifest it and work for it. But that's how I'm gonna end this podcast episode. This was Mindful Mess, and I will see you or hear you in the next episode. Love you guys. Bye.